Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to continue from where we stopped. More examples, still using the knowledge of indices, but this time we have brackets and we are going to factorize still in this question. And there's what they call precedence, which is what BODMAS. I don't know if you've heard of what BODMAS. BODMAS. So we use the knowledge of BODMAS to what? Remove the bracket and what? Simplify the what? Expression. So BODMAS simply means bracket of division, multiplication, addition and what? Subtraction. So if you are given an expression like this, when you look at it, you check for the ones that are inside the bracket. That's the B bracket. So we have like three brackets here. We have this first bracket here, we have the second one here, and we have another bracket here. So we'll start from the innermost brackets, that's this one here, before we will now move to the outer brackets. Those are these two here. These are the innermost bracket. These ones are the innermost brackets, then the outermost ones, then see the final bracket. So the first thing we'll do is to check, okay, 2 here is multiplying 4a and 2 here is multiplying minus b, right? Also minus 5 is multiplying a here and minus 5 is multiplying what? Plus 2b. So when we are done with this bracket, we will now what? Collect like terms. We will now simplify it. Then we'll now go to the next bracket. You use 2 now to multiply everything inside this other bracket. When you are now done with this other bracket, then you now add this one plus 4a and multiply it by what? 3. That's the final bracket. Then before you now minus it by 2a. So let's go. So we'll have that what? Let me write the question again. 2a minus 3 into what? 2 into 4a minus what? B minus 5 into what? A plus what? 2b plus what? 4 what? A. So the first step is to what? Open this bracket here, this one and this one. So we'll first of all open this bracket, this one here and this other one simultaneously. So if we are to open it, we'll have what? 2a minus 3 into 2 times 4a, which will give us what? Let's put our second bracket, which will give us what? 8a, and 2 times what? Minus b, which will give us what? Minus what? 2 what? B. So now 5 times what? A minus 5 times a will give us what? Minus 5 times a will give us minus what? 5a, and minus 5 and minus 5 times a will give us minus 5a. This minus will times the plus here to get minus, and 5 will times a to get 5a. Here 2 times 4a to get 8a, and 2 times what? Minus b to get minus 2b. So now minus 5 will now times plus 2b to get what? Minus times plus will give you what? Minus, and 5 times 2b will give you what? 10b. plus 4a. So we've what broken this down and this down into what this. So if we check here, we have 8a here, we have minus 5a, we have minus 2b, and we have minus 10b. So here they are common, 8a and 5a, because they have a between them. They have a similar in both of them. So you can simply rewrite them here, 8a and 5a. So you can write it here, 8a minus 5a. So you have 8 naira and you're owing 5 naira. So if you pay your debt, you will have what? 3 naira remaining. And since a is common, you just bring it down since you're subtracting them. So it should now be 3a. So for this now, minus 2b minus 10b. Let's say, let's write it here, minus 2b minus what? 10 what? B. Let's say you're owing a friend 10 naira and you're owing another friend 2 naira. So the total amount of money you're owing both of them will be what? 10 plus 2, that's what? 12 what? Naira. But since you're owing, it will be a negative sign. You see? Then you bring down the B. So you're owing them what? Minus 12b. And this, so if we are to rewrite, we'll have that. So if we are to rewrite this now, if we are to rewrite this, we'll have that 2a minus 3 into what? Remember, we got 5a minus 8a minus 5a to get 3a. So we'll write it here. And we got minus 2b minus 10b as minus 12b. So we'll have what? 3a minus what? 12b. So we'll now bring our bracket to close it. Plus what? 4 what? A. So we are left with plus 4a at the other side. So what's the next step to do? The next step to do, we've reduced this by what? Rearranging and what? Collecting like terms. So this is what we did to get 3a minus 12b. So next up, you will notice that 3 here is multiplying everything inside this bracket, right? It's multiplying everything inside this bracket. So 3 is multiplying everything into this bracket, right? So if we multiply it, we'll have that 3 times 3a, let's write it down, 2a minus what? 3 times 3a, 3 times 3 will give us 9. So we'll write 9 here, then we'll bring down the a, and we have that 3 times what? 3 times minus, see the minus here, 12b. First of all, the 3 is positive and the 12 is negative. So positive times negative, we know that positive times what? Negative will give us what? Negative. And what? Negative times what? Negative will give us what? Positive. And we know that positive times what? Positive will give us what? Positive. So if we do plus 3 times minus 2, it will give us minus first. Then 3 times 12 will give us what? 36. Then we bring down b. So it's gonna be what? 36 what? B. Close the bracket. So this is what we get. Then plus what? Okay, no, this bracket is not the type of bracket we're supposed to use. 36b. It's now be what? Plus 4a. See where we got our 4a. Since we've expanded this thing by 3 times 3a and 3 times minus 12b, so what will be left with is what? Plus 4a. So we'll write it down here. Plus 4 what? A. Alright. So we'll rearrange again to get what? 9a and 4a. They are similar, right? So we bring it out here. 9a plus what? 4a. So you were paid 9 naira for a job, and you were paid 4 naira for another job. So if you add the both amount, you have what? 13 what? Naira. And since a is common to them, we write it what? 13a. So we'll have that. We will now have what? 2a minus what? What's inside the bracket? That's everything inside the bracket. We got 13a, right? From our calculation. Then since there's no other value that has b attached to it, we'll just bring down the minus 36b. So it's now be what? Minus what? 36 what? B. Right? So the last step now is to use this negative sign here to what? Multiply through the terms. Because we have to remove this final bracket. Remember, we are still using the what? Now, so use this negative sign now to multiply everything into these what? Brackets. Right? We are still working on with the BODMAS theorem. So the bracket, we are still trying to remove this bracket, right? So we'll have that 2a, 2a, right? Minus times 13a will give us what? Minus 13a. And what? Minus times minus, like we had here. Minus times minus give us plus. So we write plus here. Then we'll bring down 36b. So it's now be what? Plus what? 36 what? B. So if we rearrange again or collect like terms, we'll have that 2a minus 13a. Let's say you're owing a friend 13 naira and you have 2 naira with you at the moment. So when you pay the friend, you still be owing your friend what? 11 naira, right? So if you are owing the person 11 naira, it will be negative. So you have minus 11a, right? Then you bring down plus 36b. What? Plus what? 30 what? 6 what? B. So this will be our final answer. After what? After removing the bracket and simplifying the expression, this will be our final answer. Minus 11a plus what? 36b. So how do we do it? First of all, we open this bracket. After that, we rearrange collected like terms, and we are left with 3a minus 12b. Then we use 3 to multiply everything inside the bracket. After that, we have to remove the bracket and add this plus 4a that was left. So we had this. Then next, we use the negative sign to multiply everything. Okay, no, first of all, we collected like terms. That's 9a and 4a. And we got 13a minus 36b. Then we use the negative sign to multiply everything inside the bracket to get this. And finally, we use 2a to collect like terms, 2a and 13a, and we had our final answer as what? 11a plus 36 what? B. So we'll move to the next question or the next example. This is example 7. Move to the next example. That's example 8. So example 8 says we should factorize we should factorize xy minus 3xz. We should factorize 4a squared plus 16ab squared, and we should factorize 3a squared b minus 6ab squared plus 15ab. So let's go. The first one, so what is common between the both terms? We have that x is here and x is what? Here, right? So we can simply factorize, right? We can factorize that. Is there any other thing that is common between both of them? No. So we'll bring out x first. So if we divide here by x, what will we be left with? Let's see. Xy over x. If we cancel x here, we get 1. Cancel x here, we get 1. So we'll be left with y. So what we are doing, we are factorizing. Then we bring this negative sign here, because why we bring this negative sign here? Because here now is a positive sign, so negative times positive will still give us negative, right? So we bring it here. There's an invisible one here, that's the coefficient. 1 times 3, or let's just divide it at once. X into what? 3xz. Let's go. To x divided by 3xz. Here you cancel, you get 1. Cancel here, you get 1. So you'll be left with what? 3 what? Z. So that's what we'll get here. Minus what? 3 what? Z. So this is our final answer. So if you multiply x times y, you get xy, and if you multiply x times minus 3z, you get minus 3xz. So we have successfully what? If you multiply x times y, you get what? Xy. And if you multiply what? X times 3z, we'll have what? 3xz, right? So we have successfully what? Factorized this expression. So number 2, we are given what? 4a square plus what? 16 what? A b what? Square. So we'll check what is common between the both of them. 2 can go into 4 to get 2. 2 can go into 16 to get 8, right? But if we use 4, 4 can go into 4 to get 1. 4 can go into 16 to get what? 4. Similarly, there's a here, there's a here. So if we divide a here, we'll get a squared divided by a, we'll get a. Then a divided by a here, we'll get 1. So what is similar between them should be what? 4a, right? So let's use 4a. So we write 4a here. This we are factorizing, we open the bracket. So 4a squared divided by 4a, let's do it here. 4a squared divided by 4 what? A. No, 4a squared is the same thing as what? 4 times a times what? A. All over what? 4 times a. So if we cancel 4 here, cancel 4 here, cancel a here, cancel a here. So we're left with only a, right? So we write it here. A. Then plus times plus. There's an invisible plus here, right? So plus here times this plus will give us plus here. So we'll now do what? 16ab squared divided by what? 4a. So let's do it over here. 16ab square, ab square, all over what? 4 what? A. 4 will go into here to get what? To get what? 4. And 4 will go into here to get what? 1. A will cancel what? A here. So we left with what? 4 and what? B square. So we'll write it as what? 4 what? B what? Square, right? So will now be plus what? 4b square. So this is our final answer. And for the last example, we have that 3 what? a square b minus 6 what a b square plus 5 what a what b. So if we are to factorize this, okay, not 5, 15, sorry, 15b, 15ab. So if we are to factorize this, if we check, a is here, b is here, a is here, b is here, a is here, b is here. So a and b are common. So let's check for the numbers. 3 into 3 here will give us 1, 3 into 6 here will give us 2, and 3 into 15 will give us what, 5. So we can say, let's use 3ab, right? So we have equals to what? 3ab bracket open. So 3a square b divided by 3ab, let's do it here. 3a square, a square, 3a square b is same thing as 3a times a, right? Times what? B. All over what? 3ab here. So 3 will enter here to get 1. 3 will cancel here to get 1. A will cancel what? A. B will cancel what? B. So we left with only what? A. That's this A here. So we'll bring it here and write A. So we check the sign. There's a plus here, right? There's a plus here, right? Before the 3ab. And there's a negative sign here, minus 6ab. So plus times minus will give us what? Minus. So write minus here. Then next up, we have 6ab squared divided by 3ab. Let's do it here. 6 times what? A times what? B squares, which is simply b times b, right? All over 3ab, that's 3 times A times B. 3 into 6 will give us 2. 3 into 3 will give us 1. A will cancel what? A. B will cancel what? B. Right? So we left with here 2 and what? B, right? So we will write what? 2 what? B. So now we have another thing again, 15ab. Plus 2 times plus here to get plus. Then 15ab will divide 3ab to get our final result here. So let's do it here. 15 what? AB over what? 3 what? AB, right? So 3 here will get 1. 3 will enter into 15 to get what? 5, right? A here will cancel A here. And B here will cancel what? B here. So we left with plus what? 5. So this is our final what? Answer. So if you enjoyed today's video, please kindly support our channel by subscribing to it. In case you're new and you're not following up, we've made videos that you can start from. We have made a complete playlist on engineering mathematics. I'll drop the link in the description below. You can go and start from scratch, so you will follow up. And if you have any other question, please drop it in the comment section. If you have what you want us to solve too on indices, please drop it in the comment section and we'll solve it together with you. We'll teach you how to do it. Also, please make sure you share this video to your friends struggling in mathematics. Like, subscribe, comment, and turn on your notification button because we'll be dropping more videos in future. Thank you and see you in our next video.